I've been in your shoes at one point or another. Running out of things to say on a date is pretty awkward. So me in my 20s, I came up with a strategy. Anytime I ran out of things to say, I play one of these games. Ones that are appropriate and also ones that are fun to play. Allowing you to get to know the girl on a deeper level. Allowing you to let the conversation flow a lot easier. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yo, bitch, I got some buzzers clawing at my fucking stomach. I'm from the shadows, let the gallows make
Number one, people watching. If you're somebody who doesn't know what this game is, it's as it sounds. You and the girl watch people, and you guys give them personalities, you guys try to figure out their social dynamics. If you're somebody who goes out regularly, it's a good way to show off your social skills. Be fun, be playful. Number two, break down her Myers-Briggs. I'm somebody who's obsessed with psychology, and I love these tests, and the MBTI is the funnest out of all of them. Girls love signs, they love the magazine sections that tell them about themselves, so do that for her. The MBTI is made up of 4 different parts. There are 4 letters that make up the MBTI and determine somebody's personality. The first letter is E or I, extroverted or introverted. Again, self-explanatory. It's how somebody gets their energy. The second one is intuitive or sensing, S or N. It's how you gather your information. Intuitive types are usually a little bit more airy, whereas sensors are more in the real world. More pragmatic. Intuitives are also a lot more imaginative. The third letter is thinking or feeling, T or F. This is how you make your decisions. Do you lean more towards feeling or do you lean more towards thinking? The final one is judging versus perceiving, J versus P. This one is how you structure your life. Now from here, you have to observe and ask questions. To determine the first letter, it's a simple task. Is this somebody who is very loud and outgoing or somebody that's very to themselves? What do they do in their free time? Are they usually inside or are they usually out hanging out with friends? Now with the second one, with sensors, they focus on practical information, things that they have seen. With somebody who's intuitive, they're gonna be thinking a lot about the future and they like theory. They like the idea of the abstract. They're very imaginative. They're daydreamy types. Now with the third letter, with women, generally speaking, women usually lean towards feeling. So if you don't know if the girl's a thinker or a feeler, just guess feeler. Now with judging versus perceiving, what I've recognized with judgers is generally speaking, they're a lot more hard-nosed. They're a lot more disagreeable versus a perceiver who's a lot more agreeable. Now from here, you know her letters. Something I like to do when I know somebody's letters is I like to pull up a YouTube video, like this one right here. And if the video isn't exactly who the girl is, but close, you got it off by 1 letter. And from here, you can narrow it down. Now for the third game, I usually write this one on a napkin. It's a fun game to play for women. And again, it's another personality test. Though this one is not written in stone, it's not a psychological test, though the person that did teach this to me said that her therapist taught it to her. I don't think it really works, but the cool thing about it is, it does work, but I don't think it works for any psychological reasons. It's more it comes from the fact that the qualities that you take to yourself and embed in yourself are qualities that you admire, generally speaking. Here's what it is. You draw out 4 quadrants, 1 for color, 1 for animal, 1 for space, and 1 for water. Now, why did I do this? When you go down the line, you want to ask her what her favorite color is, what her favorite animal is. And now for the third one, this one's a little bit different. You want to ask her, if you were in a world of absolute white and you don't know how you got here, you just got plopped here one day, how would you feel? Would you have existential crisis? Would you be relaxed? How do you feel about this one? And for the last one, water. What's your favorite body of water? And by this, I don't mean a pronoun, I mean a noun. I mean a puddle, I mean a raindrop, I mean a waterfall, I mean rapids. What is your favorite type of water? From here, this is the part that a lot of people have a really difficult time with. If your favorite color was a person, what personality traits would it have? What I would say with you is to lead the way and show her how to do it first. And I would start with myself. So I would say my favorite color is orange. The reason I like orange is because it's outgoing, it's strong, it's different. And with animal, I would say a dolphin because it's intelligent, it's social. Now I'm having a hard time with this. It's capable. Now space, again, space, I would say that I'm scared, I'm depressed, I would say that I'm alone. And with water, I'd say the rapids. With the water, you want to choose personality traits of that body of water that the girl's chosen and add personality traits to it as if it was a person. Now at this point, whenever I do the game, I always say this. I say, now do you want to know what this all means? The girl says yes. I say, I made it up. Just to get a quick chuckle out of the girl, and then I say, no, I'm kidding. The color is how you view yourself. The animal is how you think others view you. Space is how you view death. And water is about sex. How you feel you perform in bed. Now, obviously that's why it's the last one, because it is sexual. Make it into a joke. Don't try to turn it into something creepy. Be playful with it. Game number 4 is the Straw Assassin. The straw game is a fun game to play. It's more in a heavy venue where there's a lot of people, where you're in a packed environment. What you do is you grab a thing of straws, put them in your pocket, and your guys' game is to choose a target, choose a person, and start sneaking straws in his back pocket. Make it fun, make it playful, make it into a Mission Impossible thing. I'll be crawling on the ground, I'll be getting really low, I'll be trying to wait for moments, I'll be pulling back and looking away as if I wasn't doing anything, and then give her a straw. It's her turn. Please choose a guy that doesn't look aggressive, that looks like he is somebody that could take a joke. And do not do this to a girl. If you do it to a girl, women are not so keen to being touched by other people. And if they see you sneaking around her butt, they're not going to like that too much. So choose a guy who doesn't look like he's going to be aggressive. Choose a guy who looks like he can take a joke. Half the dates I take girls on are to bars, or to places where I can play a game, like pool, darts, something of that kind. It helps facilitate a conversation. The girls will usually say, I don't know how to do that. You say, that's not the point. It's to facilitate the conversation. Number 5, general bar games. Pool, darts, flip cup, beer pong. This one's pretty self-explanatory. I like playing games when I'm hanging out with people because I'm very ADHD, and having something to do while I'm talking to somebody helps me out with the conversational flow. And it's just something fun to play. If a girl doesn't feel comfortable with it, it's not the reason you guys are playing. You guys are not playing to win. You guys are just playing to facilitate a conversation. Number 7, make fetch happen. Now I say make fetch happen because it has to do with Mean Girls, where Regina George is trying to hook up the main character with this guy. And the mean girl goes, Regina, quit trying to make fetch happen. And I think about the same way. I try to make fetch happen in a playful way. I will choose the guy in the venue that is maybe the one that I know that she personally would not want to go for. Maybe some old guy, maybe somebody who's nerdy, anxious, balding, something along those lines. And then I will try to sell him to her. And I'll do it in a playful way. Maybe I'll try to sell his long, greasy hair. Maybe I'll try to sell the fact that he has a fat wallet. Maybe I will say something along the lines of, wow, but think about how obsessed he'd be with you. He would never cheat on you. Don't push it too far. Obviously, be socially intelligent. Drop the game if she's not enjoying it. The next one is Wii games. Wii games are funny, and they're kind of fun to play with. A Wii game is essentially where you pull her into a game where you guys create a story, or you guys create a scenario where you guys are on the outside looking in as you guys watch everything else play out. An example of this is I would maybe walk up to a group of guys with a girl that I was feeling, and I would tell the group of guys that, hey, this is my sister. And I'd introduce the girl as my sister. And we'd be talking for a while, maybe for 10 to 15 minutes, and then at some point, I would say I have to use the bathroom. And then as I do that, I go in for a kiss, make out with her, walk away. Leaving her to deal with whatever she has to go through. Another example of this is I will, upon meeting a group of girls, when I meet the girl that I like, I'll tell her, hey, I'm going to tell all your friends a different name. So I'll tell one of her girls my name's Ryan. I'll tell another girl that my name's Kevin. I'll tell another one that my name is Zach. And then eventually, when they try to talk about me later, they won't know who the hell they're talking about. It will all unravel. The next one is 2 truths and a lie. The objective of this game is to give her 3 different stories, one of them not being true. The rule of this game is to tell her 3 things about yourself, one of them not being true. My advice on this is to come up with canned lines ahead of time before the date. My tip to you is to come up with 3 stories beforehand before the date even happens. Come up with a handful of them that you think are funny or clever or witty. Come up with something so you don't have to come up with it on the spot, out of nowhere. You're already running out of things to say. Have something in your back pocket to say. Have 2 truths and a lie already prepared. The next one is 20 questions. Now the person picks an object in their head, and it's the other person's job to figure out what object they have in their head. Master tip for this, if you want to come to the answer a lot faster, start with something broad first and narrow it down over time. Start with broad questions first and then narrow it down. And the goal of the game is to get the object before the 20 questions are up. The next one, and Julian Blanc was a really big fan of this one, would you rather? Go with 2 obscene scenarios and ask her, if you had to, which scenario would you do? Give her 2 scenarios and make her choose. She has to choose. Either positive or negative. Don't make them gross, don't make them disgusting, don't make them sexual. Do not come across like a serial killer through this game. It's not gonna help you. Now the final one is telepathy. You guys both say a word at the same time, trying to figure out what word the person's gonna say, and then you guys try to find the word in between those 2 words. So say I say tree, you say house, and then we count down 3. 1, 2, 3, tree house. Or let's say you choose a bird and I choose a ship. What are two things that would match that? And I might think plane. And you guys keep doing this back and forth until you guys come to the same word. All right, I hope this helps you guys out in your future dates. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in coaching, text me up at 702-841-9909. And with that being said, peace.
I'm feeling godly. Wonder how much that gon' cost me. They feeling saucy. Niggas know that I'm a problem. They'll never solve me. If you came and start some drama, then bring an army. I've been going fucking fast and it got me swerving. I know that I'm a child of God, but they want me cursed. I've been trapping out the O's.